happy to do this Saturday live today because it's a very special day. Number one, I have a very special friend with me today who is helping me celebrate another very special day. It's my birthday. Hello, Laura.
Hello, so good to be here and celebrate you. If I can't do it in live in person, we'll do it live online then.
Yes, yes. So Laura is on the other side of the state of the USA. So tell us, Laura, where are you located?
Well, I live in Seattle, Washington, in one of the suburbs there. And so, yeah, we're about as far away from each other as possible on
Yes,
the opposite side of the country here.
that's right. It's almost like what is it? That movie with Tom Hanks and
Oh,
Meg
Sleepless
Ryan.
in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle. That's
That
right. It
is
was like
it.
you could see the total opposite, right? But
Yes.
here's the wonderful thing, and I want to share this in this episode today because we have been friends for a long time. It's a long distance friendship, right? And I ask you to come on today because number one, you're a friend. Number two, you've been on the journey with me. We've been on a journey together. You have been a part of my last book, Become Empowered, where you shared your story, a very empowering story. And I just encourage everyone to pick up that book because there are powerful stories, and it's called Become Empowered, real life stories of women's transformation and triumph. And now we also talk about my new upcoming book that is coming out in August. And here is just, I wanted to show you that cover,
Oh,
Gumption,
doesn't that
Sacred
look
Whispers.
amazing? I just love that cover. You're just radiant and it just makes you want to read. What is she talking about? I need to know what that book is in.
Right, right. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit and our journey together. But here is what I love doing these Saturday lives. It's it's about conversation. It's about what is life about. I'm sharing some of the things here in my book, those life lessons learned, and some stories, obviously also the story of Become Empowered. And I just wondered, why don't you share from your perspective where we two met and how important relationships are?
Yeah, gosh, it was back right before our 2020 hit, and we were both signed up to do a Tony Robbins conference, and that's just when everything had pivoted, and they even pivoted to make everything go online. And so did the first course, and I think it wasn't until the second one that we actually had met because we were in a breakout group, and I knew right away. I was like, oh, she's fun. I get to know her because you have this one radiant personality. Two, you're very personable, and three, it was just because of your theater background and your fun loving personality. I just knew we were going to be friends. I don't have a theater
Yes.
background, but I do have a fun background of gymnastics and dance and performance. And so I just knew right away, I'm like, we're gonna have to figure out how we can be friends. And then we were talking in one of our breakout sessions, and I think you mentioned in the chat, let's start a mastermind. And we actually began, I believe, with 20 people. And this was now about, oh gosh, now, that's about 7 years ago now.
2020, I think, is when we started. Yeah.
2020. Okay, so
Yeah,
six
it
years
was
ago.
6 years. Yeah.
And I'm just thinking back, we've had this great ebb and flow of our group and new people coming in. And so, but the two staples are you and I. And it has been
Yes.
so great. And who knew that we would finally get to meet in life real person. And I came down to Florida and we decided we're going to this conference together about podcasting. And it was so fantastic because you really get to know somebody when you travel together, right? So
Yes,
you
yes.
either learn all about somebody's like quirks and habits and travel things that
And you
they
know,
do
the funny
or
thing
not
is, as
do.
you said that, I remember when I invited you to come to that event in Orlando, and I said, well, we can share a room together, right? And I was thinking, okay, that is the moment when you find out who that person is. But the funny thing is, the moment we met, I mean, that sealed the deal, so to speak. We were just laughing and having a good time, and the rest is history.
I know. It was just so easy. And I mean, it felt like we'd had all this like lifetime together because, I remember even one night staying up very late, just talking and talking and talking and, just all those deeper conversations and real
Yes, yes,
conversations that,
yes.
that like puts it just more real life, not
Mhm.
past that surface level. There's all these deeper levels that you can get to know somebody. And that to me was that was just so special and just
Yeah.
having that time and getting to know somebody like off the screen, it's a little different.
And you know, the funny thing is, this morning, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. I have a very, very good friend in Germany. He's a music producer. He has a state-of-the-art studio, and once in a while he posts something on his Instagram account. And this morning I saw a post, and it was about a musician who was recording something in his studio, and she talked about her new song called Diamonds. And it was about what are the diamonds in your life? And it's about the friendships, about the special person. These are the diamonds in your life. And I thought, OMG, it cannot come any better or a perfect timing than today. Again, it's my birthday, and for those some people maybe not celebrating birthday so much. I'm from Germany, and I know it's a little bit different in Germany than it's here. So it's always that day is always a very special day, and we're celebrating and we're making a big deal out of it. So today I have also a friend over from Virginia. She flew in yesterday, and she is a lifelong friend. Started out as a hairdresser, and she cut my hair today a little bit. So
Oh,
I was
aren't you just
happy
so
to have
fancy with
her.
your birthday haircut?
That's it, my personal hairdresser. But even that, this became a friendship, a very, very deep friendship over the years. And so she is here today. And then another friend that I met last year, we became good friends. She's from England, lives here now. She is organizing a whole birthday party for me, and then 23 people that coming today. And I was reflecting on that special post from Ole, who is also a lifelong friend. Oh my gosh, we go back many, many years. By the way, okay, here's a little insight. I have not shared that. I have not shared that. In my book, I have a chapter called The Invisible Stage. And in that chapter, I share what we need to do in order to get something. If you want to get something, you get to start working on your invisible stages, those moments no one sees, so you can lead the moments everyone remembers. And I talk about a special edition that I did and how I prepared and how I even had, quote unquote, someone transpose a song one step lower so I can belt it out and do the best I can so it's in my vocal range. That someone was my good friend Ole, who is in Berlin and has that studio. Back in the days, he didn't have that studio yet. He just started out. I mean, that is, whew, wow, 35 years ago. It's hard to believe, but yes, it was. And this is how long ago we go back, and we still are friends. I still visit him. He still is doing some of the music today. And the last three songs I recorded in his studio. I haven't yet officially posted, but I have to do it. Okay. That's my promise now to you. But that's what happens when you do a live. You come up with all this kind of stuff.
I love it. Now we get to hold you accountable for this, and we will count the moments with anticipation so we can hear this.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. So you have been my accountability partner for a long time.
Yeah.
And
I know where
now,
to find you. I know where to
yes,
ask.
that's right. So, everybody who is watching, so put something in the chat if you have the opportunity. Even if you watch in a replay, please uh, put something in the chat. Accountability, or I want to hear the song, or something like that, because then I know I have to post it. Hmm.
Yeah. We all want to hear this. So,
Okay. Okay. Okay, I will. I will. I'm gonna make a note. I'm the sticky note person. I always have like sticky notes everywhere. Hmm.
I have mine
Here
too.
you go.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, so Laura, tell me something about stories, about how storytelling changes everything. I know you are also a speaker, and you have been attending some of my classes, what I'm teaching about storytelling, because that's what I'm known for, the storytelling dame from Germany.
Right. Well, people don't want to just hear facts and numbers. They want to have something that they can relate to. And if you can share a story that talks about what your topic is, if you can share a story that somebody can relate to, or they can find a little piece of them in that story, maybe not the whole story, or just something that, like, ooh, gets right into their heart, then that means you're doing a good job delivering your message. And I find that being able to share a story really is much more impactful than just reciting a bunch of facts, or just going through lists and numbers, and going down the list of items that you want to talk about. Instead of talking about them, share in a different way through a story how they actually work, or how they've impacted somebody, or even how it's impacted you personally. So
Yeah,
I find
yeah.
even sharing a personal story, or sharing a story of how something else has impacted someone else. So borrowing a story is just as impactful. So there's different ways that you can share a story depending on the stage that you're speaking on, depending on the audience that you're speaking to. And you can have let's see, you can have a group of stories that you can always pull from, which is nice. Oh, I need one of these, a story of inspiration. I can pull that from my list of stories that I love to share. So finding those stories that people can really resonate to, and having those on hand to know, oh, this is a good time to share this one. This is where I can interject that in this talk.
Mhm. And what I always say, every short story has a point, every point has a story. I recently did two keynotes, and for each one, I used the same story, but then I also injected slightly different stories because it was a different audience. And this is what you do when you speak. Yes, you also have to adapt to your audience, obviously, but it is very powerful. And especially when you start early on and connect the story, this is when you connect with your audience and the audience connect with you. That's that human aspect of it. And
Mhm.
especially now in the world of AI that we live in, we have to be very, very conscious about that, because people are so sick and tired seeing all these AI avatars and posts and videos, and you don't know what's real and what's not. So when you show up as your real self, That makes a difference. Now, with that said, sometimes I do post a little fun video, and that's maybe not me. It's my avatar, my digital twin, but I disclose that, right? That's a different story. I'm not saying anything against that, but you always have to have that human interaction.
Right.
And by the way, I just saw in the chat here, somebody says, "Yes, I want to hear your songs." So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to release one of the songs that I recorded at Berlin studio with my friend Ole, called the Tonscheune, and I will make a public release on my next Saturday Live.
Ooh. So in
See?
7 days, we're going to be on a countdown. Is that
Yeah,
what we're saying?
that's what we're gonna do. That's
Okay, I
what we're
like
gonna
it.
do.
We've got a deadline on it, so now I can keep you accountable for that, and we can check
Yes,
in with your progress midway through the week and see
that's
how it's
it.
coming along. So, things to look
And
forward to.
you know what? It's a great idea. I'm going to invite more people in for the release of my song. And
Yeah.
I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. That's going to be a surprise because
Ooh.
there are three songs that are not yet released. I do have songs on Spotify and whatnot. These are songs I released a long time ago. And these three songs were in my vault for a long time. And for audiences who don't know me, my songs are storytelling. Every song tells a story, and that's what I'm going to release. Yeah, stories are powerful.
They sure are. Well, I know we're all looking forward to hearing these songs, and whether you release one and then successively 1 month after. And so it could be like a monthly celebration. But I know that hearing stories, whether through talking or through music, even stories through dance and movement are very powerful. But having
Yes.
your voice to share that story is what really allows people to connect to you and just feel. We want that real live connection with human. It's interesting that you had mentioned about the AI. Even now they have AI that can make you dance. And I bring that up because you can just do a picture of you standing still, and then it will do the dance for you. But you're not learning the dance, you're not moving. And that's important to say because tonight I have a birthday party also, but I'm here in the Northwest here. And so we always get together. It's a group of our fitness friends, and we always get together and we do like a routine or a dance. And as I was learning it this week, I was thinking, gosh, we're old school. We actually learn the dance, we put it together, we record it, and then we'll do
Yeah.
different episodes of it. And so it's just funny how AI can you can just stand there and not do anything and then make you look like a dancer, but your body's not doing it. You're not getting any of the movement, the fun, the joy that it brings into you. So
Mhm.
I really believe that coming back to that human connection, like you mentioned, is a really important thing, and having that human connection through stories is even more powerful.
Right. And interesting that you said you can tell stories through dance, through movement.
Yes.
Even a pantomime, right? You have thank you, Joanne. Happy birthday wishes come in. Uh, Even a pantomime, when you do the movements, you know exactly, it's like, okay, I'm picking a flower, smelling a flower or whatever. And we had to
Mhm.
learn that in acting school. But as you know, I had a performing arts school, and my husband, he is the dancer in the family. I mean, I dance too, but he is really the the main dancer, right? He's the tap dancer. And we had many students, but I want to point out one student who took dance to the next level. Billy Smith. Hey, Billy, shout out to you. He was our star student, and my husband choreographed many pieces for competitions. And he got into college, got a scholarship, but most importantly, he is now a choreographer. He is a fabulous dancer. He is a modern dancer, and he tells stories through dance. Either when he performs, he still does, or he tells stories through a piece that he choreographs. And talking about legacy, because I've often been asked, okay, I want to leave a legacy. I write a book. I want to leave a legacy. I through a song. There are so many ways that you can leave a legacy. And even if you are, for example, a teacher, you teach another person, but that person then teaches another person. Same thing. I can name so many people. It's hard for me not to leave someone else. But since we talked about dance, I was thinking about Billy. But then there is also another one of our first students, Tiffany Lutz. Hey, shout out to Tiffany. She was she became a musical theater performer, but the legacy lives on because now she is a teacher, a dean. She has her master's, and she leads a whole school for the drama department, and many other accolades that she has. But I still remember one time when she invited us to her student performance. It was the last performance that she did. She did Beauty and the Beast, and everybody was standing on stage at the end. And then she said something that brought tears to my eyes. She said, and I wanted to acknowledge two people, my husband was there too, in the audience, who instilled in me the art and the love for the performing arts and guided me to become a performer, and then later, now, where I am here today, and I pass on that legacy to you.
I
Wow, those are the
That
moments, right?
incredible accolades. I mean, that acknowledgement like that from a student, and that is so special.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she also wrote one of the endorsements in our book, Become Empowered,
Yeah.
because I asked her to, and yeah, so many other students, and I still get birthday gifts from former parents of the students. I just got one today from Mark, and I'm thinking of you. So those are the things, those going back to that very first post I saw about diamonds. Those are the diamonds in your life. And if you can say anything, what are you proud of, or your accomplishments, or whatever it is, I would say those moments, those diamonds, and you are certainly one of them.
Lovely, as you are.
So one last thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap this up, Laura. I know you have been with me for a while. You have seen me on stage, podcast. We did things together. We led something together. You've seen me in many different ways. So for someone who doesn't know me yet,
Mm.
what would you say about Sabine, the coach, the speaker, the person?
Oh gosh, where would I begin? I will begin with saying that you would be in wonderful hands because Sabine has this wonderful way of teaching through story, teaching you how to do story, but she gives such special attention and care to individual people, not just talking at them, but really getting to know them and really helping to bring out their strengths. A lot of times people kind of work on the weaknesses to build those up, but you have a great way of building up someone's strengths and putting that into the story to make them a better speaker. And the fact that you do it with such such passion and such care, and it's so personalized. As we've gone back into you could probably find it out to do it on ChatGPT or some other AI platform. But when you have that real connection that you get from Sabine, there is nothing more special than having somebody work with you, get to know you, and really bring out the best of what your potential is. And you get that with Sabine, and it's such a natural, easy, fun thing for her, and just bringing that joy into it every day. And because not everyone always has a bright sunny day, and she just brings that out from you no matter what.
Oh, thank you, Laura. That is so, so special and sweet. And yeah, anybody who knows me, and maybe you watch this in replay or you're here live, just put something in the comment for me to read. It's my birthday, and I always love of course, everybody loves to read something about, but it has to be real, you know? And since it is my birthday, I also want to say, if anybody wants to work together with me in more detail, I have I have a wonderful group of women I work with called the Vibrant Voices Network. And so if you want to learn more, let me know, send me a message, put it in the comment, and I'll invite you to one of our meetings to just check it out. And then you can see what we do, because we're supporting each other, we're helping each other, and I'm in there every single week to coach something. And last but not least, talking about gumption, because that's what it's all about. You have to have gumption to move forward in your life, no matter how it looks like for you. And sometimes it's just gumption to ask, because if you don't ask, you don't receive. And my ask for today is, this book comes out August 4th, but right now you can pre-order it. And if you're in the United States, I would appreciate if you pre-order it at Barnes and Nobles or wherever you want to. You can go into a Barnes and Noble store, you can go online and just ask to pre-order this book. And then let me know that you did it. And I will send you an advanced reader's copy, so you have the opportunity to already read it, and you have the opportunity to be part of the big book launch party. And that will be online for everybody in the world, because I have clients in Sweden, in Colombia, and so it will be online. However, I will do a launch party here in Florida, but I will also have book signings around the world, and one of them will be
Whoop whoop! She's coming up to the Pacific Northwest, everybody. We're gonna have her in the house in Seattle.
yes, 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 yes. So we'll keep you posted with all the details, obviously. But I am so happy that you joined me today for my special birthday Saturday Live edition, and for everybody who's watching. And thank you, Joanne, for being here today, and for the happy birthday wishes you gave me today as well. Wow, this is it. This is my Saturday Live with my special guest, Laura Marquist. And by the way, she is not only a fabulous speaker, she tells her story, but she is also a wonderful coach. If you want to learn more, where can they find you, Laura?
Well, easiest place to find me is on Instagram, and you can find me at Laura Mac Fit Life, and that's MAK, and you can see it down here on my name. But yeah, Laura Mac Fit Life at Instagram, or you can check me out on my website, which is lauramacfitlife.com.
Wonderful. And oh, here we go. I see another post here in the comments from one of my advanced readers, Joanne. She said, if you need a boost, read Gumption and learn from Sabina how you can change your narrative and be all you are designed to be.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is
Great.
exactly what my
Thank you,
intention
Joanne.
is. We don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be anything else but you, because we all are unique. And if you shine that uniqueness and understand that your experiences, your skills, your unique way of communicating is unrepeatable. There is no other copy out there. You are unique, and this is what you want to share with the rest of the world. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Sabine Quenberg, also known as the Storytelling Dame from Germany, keynote speaker, author, and success coach. And thank you for joining. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everybody who was here live today or watch that in the replay. And I wish you a wonderful week. And join us next week as I will release my new song. Okay, here
We'll
we
see you
go.
back here for the song.
Okay, bye bye now.